Okay, hey y'all. So in this video, we're going to be working on motivational quote. So it's going to display a quote, dream big and dare to fail. Inspired. And you also be able to refresh the quote just in case maybe you're not inspired by that. I'm not a product of my circumstances. I'm a product of my decisions. Okay. I think I like the other one better. But anyway, so we're going to work with some new widgets. So for example, the label widget, that's going to display the quote, the button widget, and yeah, this one's going to be a pretty quick video, so let's dive into it. Okay, so the first thing I actually want to do is I want to create a new file, and that file will contain our motivational quotes. So let's over here, new Python file, and let's call this file quotes. Boom, so quotes.py, and I'm going to have a PDF below that has these quotes. I just got these quotes from AI. Feel free to take out any quotes you don't like. Maybe in a future video we use an API to get quotes so that it could really be like dynamic and not a static list. I need to show you how my dog is looking at me. He's like, why are you coding? So we have that, so let's go back to main and let's work on MotivationalFrame. So what we're going to do is something similar over here is define our init function. So let's define init, and it is going to take in self, but it's also going to take in master. And master is going to represent our parent. And you're going to see why we need master in a second. Because what we're going to do is just like how this created our main application window by calling this init, what we're going to do is the same thing and call the init of tk.Frame, and we can use super to access that. Ooh. Okay, so but this time what we're going to do is we're going to pass in master, just because tk.Frame is going to be like, okay, I'm the frame to notebook, like it makes that parent-child relationship for us, which you need that for things that kind of rely on each other. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to create our label. So self.quote label is equal to tk.label. What we're going to do, our widget, our new widget that we're using, per, people don't say per no more, and we're going to pass in self. We are also going to pass in the text, and the text is going to start off as empty. And then also what we're going to do is, yeah, there's this thing in label that it has one of the options, wrap length, and it's like, okay, when do you want to start wrapping the text? So I played around with it, and I really like 300, and then let's pack that on the screen. Beautiful. Now what we want to do is we want to show our quote. So we're going to create a function called show quote that does this, shows our quote. So let's actually create that function now. Show quote. Oh, oops. Show quote, and we're going to pass in self. Beautiful, auto-filled it for me. And what we want to do is we're going to have a quote and an author. And what we can do is use random.choice. So we can import random so that we can use random.choice. And what choice takes in is basically a sequence. So our sequence is going to be motivational quotes. So that's going to get a random motivational quote for us, and we have to import motivational quotes. So let's have that help us import it. Beautiful. So we have it here now. And then now, how do we want this to show up on the screen? So let's create a variable called full quote. And what we want to do is we can use F to help us format that. That's why I put that letter here. So we can use variables and also strings together. So what I mean by that is we could do quotes, get that, and then a little dash in between, and then author. And then, oops, finally what we'll do is we'll use the config function. So self.quotes label.config, and let's update that text. So now the text is our full quote. And that's how show quote will work. So we're good with show quote. So let's actually run this. I like to run my code as I go. I like to see the progress. So yay, we have the quote up here. Let's celebrate. Whee! Okay, great. I think I celebrated a little too long. And then, okay, now let's create the refresh button. Maybe you're not feeling that quote. Refresh. So self.refresh button, tk.Button. We're gonna pass in self, and then let's pass in the text of the button, right? We're gonna call it refresh. And then also, okay, what do we want this button to do when you press it and it has command that we can use? And our command, I wonder what we can use to update the quote that's on the screen. We can use show quote. So let me show a different quote when we press that button. And then finally, let's pack it on the screen. Self.refresh button.pack. Beautiful. Let's run this, see what we're looking like. Okay, nice. I think I want a little bit of padding between the label and the button. So let's add here, padding in the Y direction, up and down. Let's add 20 pixels to that. Let's see if I like that. Yeah, you know, you just need a little space sometimes. And we did it. Motivational quote was super fast, and I feel motivated. The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. Unknown. Okay, and then the next video, what we'll do, we'll work on to-do list. Okay, y'all, see you in the next one.